Alright, people, we're back. New Strikeforce Heavyweight Grand Prix going on. It's going to be fucking badass, man. Straight out the gate, it's going to be fucking awesome. Okay, it's your first fight coming from that tournament. It's going to be February 12th. It's going to be Fedor taking on Bigfoot Silva. Bigfoot Silva's going to drop like a bitch, and Fedor's going to come out of there the winner. There's no other way. I mean, it's just not going to happen. I like Bigfoot Silva, man. I like him. Defended a lot in his last fight, and kind of took over in his last fight against Mike Kyle. Mike Kyle looked great in that fight. It was one of them fights where both guys looked really, really good, you know, coming out of the fight. But either one of them guys kind of taking over on Fedor, I don't buy it, man. Right now, I just don't buy it, you know. On that same night, February 12th, will be Arlovski. Andrei Arlovski will be taking on Sergey Kharitonov. Sergey Kharitonov is like a prospect in the MMA world. He's a well-known guy in K1. You can't really take much away from the guy in the aspect of striking. He will probably beat the living crap out of Arlovski, as far as I'm concerned. What I do know is Arlovski's been doing a little bit of submissions lately because his chin's gone bye-bye. Bye-bye! And Kharitonov's going to prove that by knocking him the fuck out. That's all I got to say about it. But there are two, I don't remember the exact names. I apologize. I can probably run and get them, but I'm shooting a video, so I can't go get them. But there are two reserve matches that same night, which are going to be good matches as well. I probably should have grabbed them for this video, but I didn't. My apologies. But moving on to a future date will be Overeem taking on Verdum. Verdum vows that he's going to catch Overeem again. He says you can bet on it. He's going to catch him again. So, you guys can bet on it, man. It's going to happen. I don't know, man. That's a tall order for Verdum. I think Overeem obviously is my pick for IllegalElbow.com's fighter of 2010. I mean, the guy has ducked nobody. He's called it, he's called Fedor out. He's called everybody out. You know what I mean? He hasn't called everybody out, but I mean, any fight that was thrown in front of him, he did it. You know what I mean? Obviously, we had the Overeem Fedor confusion and problems because of M1 Global still working out kinks in the contracts and stuff like that with Strikeforce, so that was a problem, you know. And I got my issues with M1 Global, you know. I mean, I've heard a lot of stuff about their shows. I haven't seen a lot of them. I heard they put on great shows, man. That's fantastic because we're gonna get more information on those and bring them to you. But as far as Vadim Finkelstein and M1 Global, I'm a little kind of pissed off about him lately, you know, I would say in the last year, because it seems like whenever it comes with a Fedor contract, it's always a fucking problem, you know what I mean? So, it pisses people off, pisses me off, because it's like, get the fucking guy in a fight already, you know what I mean? So, I think this tournament is going to really turn things in I'm not going to say turn it around to where their fucking Strikeforce is amazing, I'm not going to say that. To me, they will be, but to the consensus, you know what I mean, the general, you know, average MMA fan, probably not, man. I mean, you know what I mean? They'll get them a little more on board with what's going on. But Josh Barnett will be making his return and fighting in this tournament. His first fight will be against Brett Rogers, and he will manhandle Brett Rogers and treat him like a bitch. It's just my opinion. You don't have to agree with it, but if you don't agree with it, it's crazy. Because Josh Barnett is so far more talented than Brett Rogers is. Brett Rogers has to go to fucking square one with wrestling and submissions. I mean, there's so many more aspects that Barnett has over this guy. This guy was just not... Personally, punch for punch, Barnett will knock this guy the fuck out. And he probably don't even have to, though. Take him down, finish him, done. You're out of here. You know, even in devastating fashion. So, that's pretty much it for the quarterfinals, though. Once the quarterfinals are done, which I believe it will be right around... Don't quote me on the date, but... March, June-ish. March, May, you know. Somewhere in there, March, April, or May. Somewhere in there, the quarterfinals will be done. And we'll be moving on to the semifinals. You know. So, 8-man tournament, though, it's going to be fucking badass, man. We're going to discuss it tomorrow night. Illegal Elbow at blogtalkradio.com. Like I said, /Illegal Elbow. Look us up there. Follow us. Like I said, man, like I said on my last blog, the train is running through. If you guys don't jump aboard, you're going to miss the train. You're going to miss the whole ride. 2011 is going to be a great year for Strikeforce, and like Coker said it himself, it's going to be a great year for us. Well, I'm saying for IllegalElbow.com, it's going to be a great year for us as well. So jump aboard. We're looking at the advertising, stuff like that, all kinds of crazy stuff. So we are going to pick up and get things moving. So jump aboard, man, because we're going to make it happen. So anyway, appreciate you guys, subbers, friends, everybody, man. Appreciate it, man, big time. And I will see you next video, man. But join us on Blog Talk tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't miss out, man. It's going to be a good show. We're going to run down this whole card. We're going to run down Strikeforce Challenges 13 card. Just jump into some of them fights that were really good. It was a good card, man. But, yeah, we got some other news and stuff like that going on as well. So dive in. If you want to call in, it's 917-889-8894. But, yeah, man, join us. It's going to be a good show tomorrow. And we'll see you probably in the next couple days with another video. Thanks.